Yo, it's your boy QuanCojatv, and I'm here during the NBA deadline. The day is over. All the transactions for the season are done, and these are the biggest moves of today. These are the biggest moves of today. There weren't that many trades today, as when I was going through them for my overlay for this video. There weren't as many transactions as you might have thought. There were there were eight main transactions today. There were eight main ones. One really big for a team deal. I know you are here for the big explosion James Harden Ben Simmons trade. We're gonna get to that last because that's the most intricate one. You see what I'm saying? First, we're gonna start with the four-team trade, and that was between the Bucks, the Clippers, the Kings, the Kings, and the Pistons. So in this deal, the Kings the Kings acquired Dante DiVincenzo, Trey Lyles, and Josh Jackson. Really, that's when you think about it, that doesn't seem like it goes too much into the team sub, especially letting Tyrese Halliburton go a couple of days ago. But what you really going to think about it? In this, the Bucks received two second round picks and Serge Ibaka from the Clippers. Right? They need another. They need a big rim protector to go behind Brook Lopez and all that. So they got what they got. The Clippers. This move was a little bit weird once you start to break it down. You start to look at it because right, like they acquired Rodney Hood and Semi Ojeleye. Semi Ojeleye, that's understandable. We needed another big. That's understandable. But Rodney Hood, we could have flipped him, put him in with, I'll say, probably Zubac got a lot more elite big, especially since we're giving away our main rim protector in Serge Ibaka. That's just me though. And the Pistons received Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley finally got his wish to leave. Him and his family have been waiting for this for a very long time. Next trade on the list, we have the Raptors and the Spurs. The Spurs gave the Raptors Thaddeus Young, Drew Eubanks, and this 2022 second round pick. These are very mid teams, so they're just trying to get their push to, you know what I'm saying, either go into more buying mode or try to make that small push to playoffs. Thad Young was a good acquisition. Second round pick could be good for flipping if they would have flipped it, but they already fucking waived Drew Eubanks. Drew Eubanks didn't have a chance. While the Spurs acquired Goran Dragic and a protected first round lottery pick. With a protected lottery first round pick. Might have said that wrong. Don't care. Not really that big. I'm saying, like I said, these are very smaller. These are a lot smaller deals. The Celtics, the Celtics gave up Bobo, PJ Dozier, in the second round pick. Gave it to the Magic for a second round pick. Maybe they're freeing up space. Maybe they're freeing up space for free agency. Could always be that. But later on, they also got Daniel Tice back from Houston. So the Celtics were very active. They acquired Daniel Tice from Houston. They acquired um, they acquired Derek White from the Spurs, and I mean they got the second round pick, so they were very active today compared to a lot of other teams. Um, in the Houston deal, they got Daniel Tice back for Dennis Schroeder. I guess Dennis Schroeder wasn't really working out with them. They weren't really in the same direction. You see what I'm saying? And when they got Derek White, the Spurs obviously got Josh Richardson. So they basically traded the same player for each other. Derek White is a little bit better offensively. Josh Richardson is better defensively, but around same caliber of player. In the last small deal before we start getting to the blockbuster of the blockbuster, um, the Suns acquired Torrey Craig for Jalen Smith in the future second. This since the Suns are already the best team in basketball, when you think about it, it's This could really give them that push. Another elite wing that could, you know what I'm saying, defend, also make their own, get their own buck. You know what I'm saying, this is making them a lot deeper. It may not seem like it, this is the only thing, but they're already the best record in the league. Plus another wing defender that, you know what I'm saying, they can use to get their shot off maybe in the corner off the wing. You see what I'm saying? When Chris Paul and Devin Booker are doing a little special, you feel me? Jalen Smith, I don't know much about Jalen Smith. I'm sorry, so I won't be able to comment on him. But now it's time. This is not the big one. This is the little mini big one before we get to the big one. You see what I'm saying? The Mavericks trade Kristaps Porzingis. This one was a weird one because especially they were having defensive issues and he was their biggest defensive piece. So this is where this is a little confusing. There were some reports that maybe Luka wasn't too fond of Porzingis, but he was really their interior force down the paint. So I don't understand this one. They trade Porzingis to the Wizards for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. Davis Bertans is having a down year. You can't really say much about that. He's having a down year. But Spencer Dinwiddie, the Wizards, a couple of weeks ago, they were saying that a lot of people on the team weren't really the most fondest of Spencer Dinwiddie. You see what I'm saying? So we all know that Luka needed an extra person to handle the ball handling duties. So Spencer Dinwiddie would be a good person, especially he can get his own shot, stuff like that. This is a great acquisition. It's the Davis Bertans part that doesn't really make all that much sense. And then the Mavericks also gave up a second rounder. I would think that if you're doing Porzingis for Davis Bertans and Spencer Dinwiddie, I wouldn't really expect a second rounder because unless they're saying Spencer Dinwiddie and Porzingis are on the same level, and Porzingis has been low. He has been having, somewhat of a down season, you can say, but he is a lot better than Spencer Dinwiddie or Davis Bertans. Davis Bertans, I don't think is shooting above 40% from the field. So I don't know. If they really measure Porzingis that low in order to throw a second rounder in there I don't know. That's a little weird. Now, drum roll please. The 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets trade. Blockbuster, everyone, alarm. Okay? The 76ers sent Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and two future first round picks, later to be known as a 2022 pick and a 2027 pick, for James Harden. Which, okay, so since this is the most blockbuster of the trades today, I can really get in depth with this and say what's really on my mind. Because I've been thinking about it ever since the story broke. They are giving, granted, this is, the 76ers aren't really losing as much because, Andre Drummond was coming off the bench. He was playing great when fucking Joel Embiid was out. Which is kind of weird that they would give him away, but maybe they're having locker room issues. We don't know. Seth is a key contributor to the shooting, so which is especially with Ben Simmons out. You know what I'm saying, he was bringing the ball up along with Tyrese Maxey. You know what I'm saying, Ben Simmons didn't really play for them, so this is like a net negative. This is like letting it go a second round pick. He wasn't going to play for you anyway, so there's no mind for it. You see what I'm saying? So it was really a James Harden for Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and two first round picks in the eyes of the 76ers. You see what I'm saying? But for Brooklyn, honestly, I would say this is a dub for Brooklyn. Right? The 76ers gave Brooklyn everything for James Harden. James Harden is having a down year. He's not the 36 point per game James Harden that we knew from 2 years ago. Right? He's averaging 22, 8, 10. Still great numbers. Still better numbers than what Ben Simmons is giving you because he's not giving you anything. But in the grand total of things, I don't think James Harden is going to give you the same production as a Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and a Ben Simmons all together, especially with the 2 first-round picks. That's the 76ers might have got robbed. They've given away a little bit of their depth for a superstar name to put up alongside with Joel Embiid. Will James Harden turn around? You feel me? Like with his play, he has been over the past couple of weeks. He's been playing a lot better, right? He's being a lot more consistent with the explosion games that he is having. But do I think he's going to be enough to push them above Brooklyn? With all the pieces that Brooklyn has now acquired, I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so at all. They threw the kitchen sink in order to get James Harden. Simple as that, right? Brooklyn now fixes the shooting woes they were having before. They rebound a lot better. Now they have better perimeter defense with the acquisition of Ben Simmons. There's things like that you have to really put into account. Right, this trade right here just well-rounded all of the Nets, while only giving the 76ers a small bump in production. You see what I'm saying? Honestly, this is a great trade deadline. There's a lot of pieces that we would like to. We can see how they work, especially the Wizards. What is Porzingis going to do on the Wizards? I'm just saying. There's a few things. Oh yeah, I do have to tell you, the Rockets also waived Enes Kanter. It's weird. I don't know why they did that. The Raptors waived Drew Eubanks. So I don't know why they did that. I guess he didn't fit with the team all the way like he was supposed to. But you gave up a lottery protected first round pick. Right, if you didn't want Drew, you could have just been like, yeah, we don't want to give y'all that. We don't want to give y'all that. We can do it straight up, fine. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all gave him a second, so obviously y'all think Drew Eubanks is worth. Drew Eubanks is in the second round pick is worth the first lottery first. We don't know, maybe. Right, but that has been the conclusion to the NBA trade deadline. It's honestly been a fun day. I mean, not that many deals happened, but some of the deals were very exciting if you put them into the grand scheme of things. Yeah, it's been your boy QuanCojatv. I'm gonna be here with some more NBA news next week. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.